another episode of the Spell Sesh. We made it to episode 2. We're as surprised as you are.
Yay! I'm so proud of us.
I'm so proud of us too. I did not know if we were going to get our shit together to this. But here we are.
It was in the calendar.
Yeah.
It was in the calendar today at 3
Well,
o'clock.
you put it in your calendar.
And it's now 3:30, so I'd say that's a win.
That's a win.
A win's a win.
That's a success.
Alright, so seeing as we're called the Spill Sesh, let's start off with a little spill of what's been happening this week. Clarence, what's been happening for you this week?
We went on a sober night out.
we did.
Why did that look like you were reading it off a fucking teleprompter?
Next slide. We went on a sober night out. Yeah, we went on a sober night out with Sophie, one of my gals from Limerick, and it was really fun.
Yeah.
It was actually one of the best nights out we've had.
That place is fun.
Yeah.
I did find
so
I was
good.
stroking dance, but my forearms kept grabbing.
Your forearm kept grabbing while dancing. I had a guy who looked no older than about 13 come up and tell me I had some good moves.
I saw him eyeing you up with his friend, right, when they came in, and I was there like, and I could see him looking, and I was like, he's going to come over to her. He's going to come over. and then he slithers along. I'm like, okay, what's he want now? And then he's like, what did he say?
He said, girl, you got some moves. And then I proceeded to shake his hand and say thank you and send him on his way.
And then you were back to your like,
no.
no.
That was such a good night out, actually. That was, we found somewhere that we could actually dance that wasn't shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
I played rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, you got us to play rock, paper, scissors with some random, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't know, was that his way of trying to talk to me, but I just played rock, paper, scissors.
But he
and then he left.
No, but I just turned back around.
Yeah.
He said one game, and I was like, yeah, grand.
There's the game, we're done.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my news.
Yeah, what have you got the first this week, Ailish?
It's not as fun. I failed my squash.
You want to elaborate?
Wah, wah, wah. We need a soundboard.
I am the soundboard.
Okay. Set the scene, right? It's the last week of my prep.
You got a powerlifting competition next weekend.
Yeah.
So in about 10 days' time.
Yeah. And then I had my last single, 130. I was so hyped for it, made a video of me getting ready, did my 120, moved like a dream, got my spotters, got everyone around, 130, and then I failed.
So you went down confident as shit.
Yeah,
and then the bar just rolled forward on your back.
The bar had another idea. I had an idea. I thought we had a discussion about what was going to happen. I walked out with that bar easy breezy. I was like,
dick swinging everywhere.
This is fine. And then I went down, and then I forgot to do the up part. So yeah.
Well, you didn't forget, you tried, and the bar just I'm just gonna roll over on top of your neck.
Yeah.
And then your spotters were like, oh shit, we didn't think we had to do something.
When I stood up, everyone was like, not gonna lie, Irish, we all thought you had that. And I was like, so did I.
It is what it is. But you're gonna get it at comp next week, and it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, it will be fine. It was just funny.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
We had some new friends move into the building.
Yeah.
Well, we made some new friends. We hadn't really met them before.
No.
And then they came.
Social media friends,
other online coach friends. So that's been really nice.
Yeah.
Actually knowing someone in our building now. So that's been fun.
And Emmeline's fun news.
My eyeball decided it didn't want to exist anymore, and I basically.
It was sick of seeing.
I turned into Sloth from the Goonies, and my face was lopsided as fuck. No, basically what happened was I got a little sty on the corner of my eye, and that's relatively common. It's normal. It's not. I've never had one before, but it's pretty normal. Lots of people have had them. And then my body does what it always does, which is nah, we don't do shit by halves. And in the matter of 24 hours, it had infected, spread to 3 styes, and half my face had swollen up. So
It was bad.
an optometrist,
It was
two calls to the doctors, and then a trip to the eye hospital emergency department. I've been on 2 different types of antibiotics all week, and they're we're going to attack this from all sides because it's kind of fucked.
Yeah.
But now I'm looking relatively human again.
Yeah, it actually looks well.
Really good.
Yeah, it looks a lot better.
I kind of forgot that happened, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it was a hell of a week start to the week though.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good now. I'm probably only a couple of days off, I reckon, it being completely healed, which is nice.
Hell yeah.
And I also got ghosted, so that was hilarious. That's the first time I've been ghosted.
Join the club.
2 dates and you disappeared off the face of the planet. It's actually, that's the first person I've been on 2 dates within 18 months. The first person that's gotten to a second date in 18 months.
And then
I got ghosted.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a good segue into what we wanted our first topic to be, which was the state of dating and communication in particular, and like the expectations people have of communication versus actually what we want. So, does someone want to dive into that?
Bring back letter writing.
Bring back letter writing! I don't know, I feel like, I think so many people these days, because we have our phones on us all the time, there's this expectation that we should constantly be replying.
Yeah.
And if you're not constantly replying, then you're no longer interested.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really, really shit expectation to have, because as you said, bring back letter writing. Like, even like 10 years ago, like when we were in high school, maybe 15.
Secondary school.
Secondary school, like 15 years ago, like even then it wasn't like such a thing. Like I still remember the day of the home phones. Did you say you were 10, 15 years ago? You were still in primary school, Carl. Yeah, I just feel like I still remember the days of the home phone where you had to like call your friends off the phone, like that was attached to a fucking cord in the wall. God, I'm so old.
But do you remember MSN? Was it?
I never had MSN.
Oh, it'd be
I remember MSN.
Like online chatting.
Yeah, it'd be like blah 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 is now online, and you'd be like
and you had the fucking dial up, and like if people were on the same line at the same time, did you guys have that? Like if someone was on the phone, the fucking internet didn't work. And
I remember the dial-up from when I was very young.
Yeah.
I was terrified of the internet though, so like, you know.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, the internet's terrified
What
of you.
weren't you terrified of? Let's be real. But that's a topic for another day. Yeah, I just think like we were fine when we didn't have that, and I think it's created so much anxiety and expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think like it's so weird. Like it's not natural to talk to someone
all the time,
all day,
through
every
a
day,
screen,
and to have access to someone
through a screen
all the time.
It
like,
creates so much pressure.
Yeah, and it creates like your own narrative of what that person is like as well, because especially if you met them online. Say like you met someone on Hinge and then you move the conversation to Instagram, whatever, and you're like chatting back and forth. You're creating a whole storyline of what this person is like. Like depending on how you're perceiving their text messages.
Especially if you've never met them in person yet.
Yeah.
You only know them as who they portray themselves online. And obviously on your dating profile you want to portray yourself as I look good, for us we lift weights, we're interested in this, and we look fun, and we go here. And then everyone else wants to portray themselves as their best selves, but like realistically,
I
you're
tell
not
you what, you
always
look
going
at
to be
men's
your best
dating
self.
profiles and you would not know they're trying to present themselves as their best selves.
That's actually very true. That's the other side of it, when you're like, you're probably really fun and like actually good looking, and then your profile is absolute dog shit with microwave photos and like.
Yeah, it's weird though. Like you shouldn't have that much access to someone, and we definitely shouldn't be getting pissed off. People aren't.
Yeah, we shouldn't be like getting panicky that they don't like us because it's been like a couple of hours since we've heard from them.
Yeah.
Unless
you're trying to plan something.
Unless you're trying to plan something, and you move your whole fucking day around, and then they don't answer, and then you're like, hello, where the fuck are you? But in a nice way, you're like, oh, what's the update? And then an hour goes by, and you're just like, bro, like, just fucking answer me.
Yeah, like if it's general conversation, sure, like reply later. We don't give a shit. We actually don't give a shit. We have lives too.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not sitting there waiting for your response.
Yeah, we're not sitting there waiting for a text. We've got work to do. We've got training to do. Like,
but if you're trying to plan something with me, or I'm trying to plan something with you,
if you're like, I'll catch up with you later, and then you don't reply until like 20 minutes before you were probably going to catch up, that's fucking stressful.
Yeah, I don't think they realise like the shit you have to do.
I think
you don't
they
have
need to be
do
more
it,
chalant. They are too nonchalant.
Be more chalant.
That's right. Like, just think of the other person's like, what's the word I'm trying to say?
Like their schedule.
Yeah, like have respect for the other person's time. You can't just be like, oh, I'll text them there in half an hour. Like, what if I'm on a fucking walk with the girls? What if I'm in the shower? What if I'm on a client call? What if anything?
Yeah.
I'm not just readily available like that.
Yeah. I then that's like back to that communication thing. They've kind of probably got this expectation that like, oh, whenever they do text you, you'll be there.
Yeah.
I just saw the penny drop for both of you on that.
No, I'm trying to process.
I was trying to understand. Yeah, because I was like, I don't think I am always there. Like I won't respond straight away. I'll respond when I want to respond.
On that note, though, I hate people who deliberately
Delay
take
response.
ages to respond because they're trying to play
As a
it
game.
cool.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I don't want to
Yeah.
come across too eager. Like, I have never been that person.
Yeah.
I'm just like, if
I
I'm
have.
interested, you're gonna know I'm interested in you. Like, if I'm busy, I'm not gonna put everything aside to reply to you. But if I'm free, I'm going to reply to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
if I want to talk right then, like if I want to continue the conversation at that
Yeah.
point, I'll respond. But
Mm.
if I see the message come through and I'm like, oh, I'm doing something right now,
It
Yeah.
I'll deal with that later.
texting someone takes a lot of mental capacity.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
it.
especially if you're actually having a worthwhile conversation. If it's
Yeah.
small talk, I probably don't want to have a conversation anyway. But if
Yeah.
we're actually having a conversation, like,
If it's like something you need to think about and want to give an actual response that you would say if you were speaking in person, it's a lot to be like, oh, I actually need to take like 10 minutes to sit down and respond to this instead of just a quick like, so that's why it might take a few hours to respond.
yeah. Or even like, even a day or two. Like, I'm not that stressed if it takes a while to
No.
respond. Yeah,
If you're
different
taking
to me.
a day to respond to me, fuck off.
See, I would
Someone
just-
else is going to come along.
I
like-
would just
Well, there is
rather-
that risk. I'm not arguing that there's the risk that
Yeah.
someone else might come along, but I'm also not that stressed. Like, because people are busy. Like, if we're having
Tell
a
me
really,
you're busy.
if we're having a really good, yeah, but that's it. It's just
Just be like,
communicate.
look, I'm sorry, I'm going to be really busy over the next few days. And I'm like, okay, thank you for letting me know.
But
Yeah.
I'd rather just not have the small talk conversation. Like I'll talk to you in person.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I'll jump on a phone call.
I don't like the like, unless like obviously you're not going to see them for ages.
That's what I was just
whatever,
about to
but,
say,
like,
yeah.
I don't like the whole like, hi, how was your day? Oh, my day was good. How was your day? My day was also good. And then you're meeting up with them like the next day. So then you meet up with them the next day, and it's like, oh yes, I did. Well, fuck, I already know, don't I? 'Cause
Yeah.
you narrated your whole day to me. Like,
Yeah.
Do you know? So I don't like that.
Yeah, no,
I
I
can,
wouldn't.
yeah.
I wouldn't do that. I'd give like brief, like I'm gonna be like, oh, we recorded a podcast today.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, we delved into.
Yeah.
But I'd rather just be like, oh yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll tell you about
Yeah.
that when I see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Good
I
luck
guess
going.
it depends on how long until you're seeing them. Like, if you're not seeing them for another week or two.
I
then,
say
like-
this as a if anyone.
Yeah, me too.
But the thing is, like, if
I
you're-
just got ghosted. I have no one.
But if you're seeing someone and like you see each other maybe like once a week, I do think that there needs to be more conversation. This is just me personally, for more reassurance reasons, is that I like to know that we're still like connected and whatever, because it might not be a week, maybe 2 weeks until I see you again. I need to get that connection from somewhere. It's going to have to come through text. And I'm not like, you have to send me a deep, meaningful conversation every day. I'm like, just fucking talk to me, like.
But you just want to know that they're thinking of you, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like
To
update
some
me.
degree.
And I think that's a big thing with girls in general.
Yeah.
We just want to know that we're thought of.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
need much. We really...
I
Like,
think
everyone's like,
people-
oh, girls are so hard to understand. Honestly...
Some girls can be, definitely.
Yeah, to be fair.
But
If
listen,
they're
I feel like
toxic.
we're all chill as fuck.
I was
Yeah.
sitting on the couch the other day eating a melon, and I was thinking to myself,
Yeah.
girls aren't difficult. If you buy me a 150 melon from M&S, I'm going to be the happiest person alive.
Yeah. Straight up.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not hard. It's not hard.
If you got me a Red Bull and said, let's go bang gym, I'm fucking in. I'm there.
Let's go
Gym.
bang. I was like, let's go bang.
No, gym. Let's go lift rocks. Yeah, I just think like it's not that hard to communicate. You're right there. You're
Yeah.
fucking choking on your monster.
Sorry.
Um,
Yeah,
I just
it's
don't
not
think
that
it's
difficult.
that hard to communicate where you're at.
Right,
And,
this
and
is-
like you don't have to play it cool. You can just be like, hey, I'm busy, I'll get back to you later. Or like rather than like just not replying at all.
Yeah.
And then, like,
And
for
then
a couple of
continuing
days.
conversation as if you haven't just...
Disappeared
Disappeared.
for X amount of time.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
rather someone just be like, hey, listen, I'm busy. I want to see you at this time.
Yeah.
Or like, do you know, does this time suit? Whatever. It's like, don't order me to be there at the same time. But like, let's catch up, whatever. And then
Yeah.
you catch up with them. And then that's fine. And then you can catch up with them again, like the next week. And you don't have to have like all these like...
Yeah. Or have a call every few
Yeah.
days. You don't have to be constantly texting all day.
But you need to
every
do
day.
one of
Yeah.
the things.
You don't need a good morning and a good night text. You just need some level of communication and
Yeah.
to know where you stand. So
Yeah.
it doesn't. If there is someone who texts all the time, fine, great. If that
Yeah.
works for you, that works for them. great.
Yeah.
But also, if you're someone that's like, yeah, I'd rather just have a call every couple of days and rather than texting back and forth, that's fine because you've told me that and that's now the expectation that's been set. But don't text really rapidly for a few days because you're eager and keen, and then like dial things back because then you've preset an expectation and you've shown you can reply quickly, and then you disappear. Like it sets an expectation in our minds, and I think that's where the communication comes in. Like it's okay to a degree, don't take the piss, but it's okay whatever expectation you set, but just meet the expectation that you set.
Yeah. Sorry, you said something there and I was like, I can't, you said you don't have to text me good morning, good night. I can't remember the last time I've texted someone good night or they've texted me good night. I'm just like, I'm gone to sleep.
And then just pick up the conversation the next day.
Instead of be like, morning.
Yeah.
You know? I actually can't remember the last time
to be fair,
good night.
I'm not gonna lie, if we actually had like a good night, like a called a conversation of good night, talk to you later, I'm not texting you in the morning. I'm getting up and getting about my day. I don't want to. The first thing in my day is not getting distracted by a conversation. I'm going to go out and be productive. I'll text you at the end of the day when I got my shit done.
That was a great boundary I had for a while. I'll talk to you at the end of the day. Like I don't need to. Again, I don't need to narrate my whole day for you. I'll just catch you up at the end of the day.
That's it.
And I
pissing me off.
Just fixing each other's hair every day.
I know that.
And you interrupted my point.
Go on.
Remember it.
You were like,
your boundaries about not texting to the end of the day.
Yeah. You were like, I had a good.
Had a good
goal.
That was a good going. Yeah. What was it though I was gonna say about that?
Sorry.
Chloe.
That could have been some wise words. Now it's
Nah, definitely not. You would have been like, just bin him. Set
if
the
they text you good morning, throw them in the bin.
In the bin. No, don't actually.
No. I think I was. This wasn't what I was gonna say, but it was what I was thinking of when you were talking there, which was, do you know, like back in your parents' times and stuff like this. I remember I was talking to my mom about it, and she'd be like, we'd meet outside Brown Thomas, and that's where everyone would meet, like this shop in town.
That's
and
so
you'd
cute.
see all the you'd see everyone like waiting for their date, but like they would have talked about the date on like the phone like 3 or 4 days beforehand, and then you just hope that they show up. And I love that. I'm like, bring that back.
Yeah.
Like, rather than this shit of like, because you're getting so stressed because you're like, are they gonna meet me?
And then you literally message them like, I'm here, where are you? Are you here? Like, can I see you? I can't find you. Like,
So like, I feel like it would take so much of the anxiety out of it if we just stopped the meaningless texting back and forth of nothing. And that's obviously easier said than done.
Yeah.
Because we're all guilty of that.
I just think set whatever expectation you set, live up to it. And it's not that fucking hard to communicate. And if you can't continue the conversation, but you're still interested, like, you know, you're busy for like you've got a flat out day or two because you're just like working like 12 hours or you've fucking got an event on or whatever, and you just like, this is a proper conversation, I need to dedicate time to replying to it. Just shoot a message that says, hey, I've got fucking shitloads on the next few days. I don't want to like half-ass this reply, so just letting you know, I'll get back to you in a couple of days. Like, it's not that hard. And then we're not sitting there going, oh, are they interested? Are they not interested? Like, am I wasting my time here?
Yeah. Dating's fun.
I'm so ready to bin it again.
So fun.
Ayla's so excited. She's already binned it again. I'm getting fucking close. This was a good tipping point for me. I was like, you know what? It's been a long time since I've gave someone a second date. And then they fucked it off. And I was just like, I wasn't even that invested yet, but I was just like.
But it is sad. Like, and you're allowed to be sad.
It's not even sad, it's just disappointing.
Yeah.
But that's sad.
It's just disappointing that I put faith in men again, and then I was disappointed by their behaviour. My feelings weren't hurt, I was just disappointed.
Yeah. But you kind of, like, you have to look at it as, like, a double-edged sword. It's like, you put yourself out there because you want to meet someone. You're going to get something good, or you're going to get something bad. Or you're on the other end of the spectrum, Eilish, where you're just like, no, fuck that, I'm not putting myself out there.
Yeah.
And then that means you won't get anything back. So if you want something, you have to put yourself out there and like kiss a few frogs before you meet your prince. And this was one of those cases where it was a frog and he turned into more of a fucking frog.
Absolute toad.
But I feel like I got painted very badly there.
Sorry, go on. Sorry, go on.
You're not closed off. You've given up actively seeking anything out because it's too much effort. It's too much effort to regularly get nothing in return.
Yeah, and I don't like dating apps and stuff like that. I'd rather just meet people, and if I like them, then I'll talk to them.
Yeah. But it's so hard to meet people organically. Especially for people like...
Go to JD's gym, lads.
But I mean, especially for people like us who work like behind a desk in our own fucking home all day. Like,
but so many people are working from home.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. In this generation of
hard.
people working from home, you're not even going to work and seeing people out and about anymore. You're literally stuck behind a computer all day.
I have noticed though, since moving here compared to Ireland, people do talk to you more, because I do think we're all looking for a connection. Whether it's romantically or friendship, we are all looking for a connection. Like, I've made 2 friends from the gym.
Can't relate.
Like, 2 girls, by the way. Which means like it's not just always romantic, like, and they've moved here and they're looking for friends as well.
Yeah.
You know, we're all looking for friends and for connection. And I definitely think in Manchester you can find that a lot more here.
Yeah, I think
in
like,
Ireland
people are definitely more chatty.
It's the same, like, it's not even just like Ireland versus UK, because I was down south on like near Brighton before, and like I've moved now like 5 hours north.
Yeah.
And the further north you go, the friendlier and chattier people are. Like if you wanted to talk to someone down south, it was so hard. I did actually end up making a few friends in the gym that I was at. I made some good friends there, but that was the only place I ended up making friends. And it took me like, I think I was at that gym for like 8 months before I spoke to anyone.
Yeah. The gym can be such a good place to make friends, but I can also see why you wouldn't make friends, because you go in there and you're terrified. You're not going to go up to someone and be like, hey.
Yeah, it's hard. It's sometimes
you're
really hard to read.
Be my friend.
It's hard to read the room though. Sometimes in a gym, I feel like. Figure out, because like, and then you could accidentally end up in conversation with someone, and then you just both are yappers, and it's great.
Oh yeah, and then you never get anything done at the gym ever again.
Yeah, no, I have no problem with that. Today I was there for 3 hours.
Yeah.
I was there 40 minutes before I started doing anything.
Yeah, I was not far, but actually, Ellie was like, I'll go down to the gym and I'll see you there. And I was like, yeah, no worries. And I went down maybe 15 minutes later and she hadn't made it past the front desk, having to person on the front desk. And then I think I stood there with you for 10 minutes before we even went down as well, so.
We only left because we got busy.
Yeah, the person on the desk had to go help someone and we were like, okay, we should go start our session. But yeah, I think it is very hard to meet people organically. It's why we like tend to get onto the dating apps, but then like it's just hard to meet people through dating apps.
It is, especially with like, you really need to find someone who's who's giving out what you want. Like,
which
you
is
can,
so difficult.
you can tell, sometimes you can you can tell straight away if someone just wants to fucking ride or not, and you're like, go away from me.
Yeah.
Or, like, you can tell by the way some people talk to you if, like, what they're interested in. Like, some of them are like, so what are you looking for? Usually that's a good sign, because a lot of the time.
I don't know, sometimes
no, because they're like, oh well, I'm just looking for this, and you're like, okay, cool, either you're looking for that too or you're not. Whereas you just have some people who are on it just to fucking text and then nothing happened from it.
My favourite ones are the ones that don't listen to you when you tell them what you're looking for. I never told you I had one of them this week.
What?
I had a guy not accept my answer.
I love that.
What do you mean?
So I basically said,
your opinion of yourself is wrong.
He was like, so you moving back to Australia? Because obviously I'm gonna have to move back in, like, sometime in the next 12 months, depending on what's going on with my visa.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And he's like, so what are you looking for? Just like a friends and benefits for now. I was like, no, that's not my vibe. Like, I'm looking for something serious. And yes, I know I'm going back to Australia and I'm not staying here. I've been here long enough and I know I don't want to stay here. So I'm actually looking for someone that's willing to pick up their life. And I'm not saying they have to know that now, but I don't want someone who's closed off to moving across the world. And he's like, wow, that's like really crazy to ask or something. What an insane thing to say, da 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 da. And then he went on and on about like, oh, why don't we just see where it goes? And like, why wouldn't you meet me? And I'm a high class man who has my shit together. Why wouldn't you want to meet me?
Sounds like he's trying to sell you a mentorship.
But like, the energy he was giving off, he couldn't believe the fact that I knew what I wanted and I was steadfast in what I wanted and he couldn't change my mind. Like, I was just like...
The ego on him.
Yeah, the ego on him.
So what did he think? Did he think if you met him in person then...
Yeah, he's like, he literally was like, oh, but like, what about love? Would you stay for love? And I was like, would you move for love?
Yeah.
Like,
hey!
And I'm like, I've actually been in love while I've been in here in the UK, and it wasn't enough. I know it wasn't enough because I need the fucking sun, and I've become really shitty to be around for 6 months over winter.
But like, does this man really think that you'd stay for him before you'd stay for like the friendships and the life that you built for yourself here? Like, come on.
He was like, would you stay for love? Da 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 da. And I'm like, yeah, but like, I know I wouldn't. So, like, I'm looking for someone who's, like, and I said, I know it's a big ask, but I also know what I want, and I'm not looking to settle, and if I don't find it, I actually don't care. I'll look when I move back to Australia, but I'm not looking to settle for some fucking high-class man and big dick energy.
Yeah, you're not
like,
forcing someone to go with you. You're like, this is what
actually
I want.
small dick energy.
Yeah. Like, you're like, this is what I want. Can you do that? No. Okay, goodbye. I won't waste your time.
Sick, yeah.
And I'm going to make you change your mind.
He was just so persistent, and I was like, I
That's
don't
so
understand
funny.
what you're not getting. I literally said to him, I've been very clear. And he's like, oh, here's my Instagram. And I was like, look, if you can find me on Instagram, you
Put
can
his
add
hand
me.
up.
Oh,
right
that was
here.
him.
That was him, and I was like, and he was
Fuck
like,
off.
no, you've got mine. And I'm like, clearly you don't want to put the effort in. You want me to come to you and me to bend over backwards for whatever life you've built, and it's just not gonna happen.
It's a high-class life, though.
It's a high class man. It's a high class man.
Put his Instagram right here so everyone can see.
He owns a gym.
That's
And
your
he
first
jobs.
red flag.
And he jobs.
That's your
Alright.
first red flag, though.
I'm gonna wrap that conversation up there.
Okay.
Because I feel like we've ranted about men and
No,
communication enough.
wait, there was something I did want to
Oh,
say.
okay, we're back on it.
No, sorry, it was just, I think we were saying something about, like, and that ruined that, like, instilled our opinion on men. It was something that you said about dating, and that you were like,
Me?
no, Emmeline.
Oh, about getting ghosted?
Yeah.
And I
and
was just like, it just made me disappointed again.
Yeah, but,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I just want to clarify that we don't think all men
Oh,
are shit.
facts.
Right?
And I've had this conversation with Sammy Boy, my other best mate, who I lived with like for a year and a half before I lived with these girls. And we've had this conversation many times about the wording of like how we are so easy to jump on, oh, all men are shit, and we don't think all men are shit. But there's a fucking enough of them that have fucked with us over time that we very easily lump them all together. And we do need to get better at not saying all men are shit, because we don't want all men to feel like they're shit, because we know there's some good ones out there. We just struggle to find them. We find them as friends.
As friends, yes.
And that doesn't mean we're friend zoning all the good guys. We literally just find them as friends.
Yeah.
So
When we say it, though, obviously we do need to clarify, but when we say fucking men, we mean the ones who ghost us, the ones who lead us on, the ones who waste their time, the ones who are pricks to us. That's who we mean, but I do understand that we need to be like...
we need to be careful of the language we use.
Those guys, not
All
guys.
Like, it can be some men can be shit rather than men are shit.
Yeah, like, oh, some men, you know.
I think we do need to get better at that language, because we don't... to be fair, I feel like if we keep using it for long enough, the men that are good will start to think their share.
I'm
their
bad
share
for it.
well.
I'm bad for being like, men.
Oh yeah. And like I've noticed,
Especially
like I
when
got
we're
better
together.
at it living with Sam, because I was living with a guy. He pulled me up on it, and then I consciously made an effort to change my language around it. And then living with girls again, my language has dropped again. And so I literally pulled you guys up on it the other week. And I was like, I think we need to get better at changing our language around this again, and not saying that all men are shit, because they're not shit. Not all men, but always a man.
Yeah. Men are great. Great crack.
Great friends.
Yeah, great friends. Yeah. I just think we can. It's the thing I say about political correctness. Like, we don't have to get it perfect, but if we can do better, we should do better.
Yeah.
And the same with men. Like, we don't need them to be perfect, but fucking try harder and do better. This whole this is gonna open a can of worms. But this whole male loneliness epidemic, or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah.
It's not an epidemic, because an epidemic is something that happens to someone. This is something that has been brought on by themselves, and I saw it worded as a male accountability crisis. And I think that is much better wording, because men have kind of brought this upon themselves, because women have started demanding more and going, we will not tolerate this shit anymore.
Yeah.
We're not outcasting you, just keep up. Like, we just want more respect. We want to be included in the conversation more. We want to, like, we want things to be better. We're raising the standard of what we expect. Yeah. And it's not just of men, it's of our friends. I feel like we're holding our friends to higher standards at everything. I think people these days are like, we deserve better.
What's funny though is, like, you have the guys who'd complain about, like, oh, you want too much, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, if they were to come up to that standard, and I'm not belittling them or anything, but if they were to come up to what we're asking for, things would be so great for both parties. Yeah. It's not like I need you to be like this so that I'm happy, you will be happy as well.
Yeah.
Like, we'll both benefit from both of us raising
You
our
won't
standards.
have this loneliness epidemic that
Yeah,
you're talking
it's not
about
just
anymore.
for women to win. Like, you're not winning, you're both working together to be happy together. It's not like you need to come up here so I'm happy. Yes, but if you come up here, we're both happy together.
Yeah, it's like,
you know,
yeah, you're not raising your standards for us, you're raising your standards for the greater good of everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I just don't think, like, I don't think it's that big of an ask. And it's like, because a lot of men are raising their standards. They're going, oh, okay, this is what women want. We need to live to that. And they're not getting left behind. It's the ones who dig their heels in and refuse to change, be like, oh, I've always been like this. I don't have to be any different. They're the ones getting left behind, and they're the ones complaining about the epidemic. Whereas none of our mates, none of our good mates who are good quality men who show up for their friends, their family, their mistresses they have for them, none of them, I hear none of them complaining about the male loneliness epidemic.
No.
Do you guys hear any of our friends complaining about it?
No.
Because they're not part of it, because they're like meeting the standard that people are asking of them.
Yeah.
I just don't think, I think men are leaving themselves behind.
Yeah.
You don't hear women complaining about it, like a female loneliness epidemic.
No, we're just like, oh, it's happened again. Been ghosted.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, it's happened again. Been disrespected.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think men just need to like, and to their credit, again, not saying that all men are shit, I think they are getting better at it. I think maybe like we're not seeing it so much in the dating scene, but I definitely see amongst our male friends that they're getting better at communicating with each other, being more open about their feelings, like talking through shit and leaning on each other. I think they are getting better at that. Like I don't think that like they're everyone these days, and we're seeing it so much more on social media too, that like it's okay to be vulnerable and it's okay to open up and talk about shit, and it's healthy.
So healthy.
Like I feel like maybe because the niche we're in, like the fitness scene and like the good part of the fitness scene, not the bro culture part of the fitness scene, like we do see a little bit more of it. But I do definitely think like they are getting better at communicating with each other and leaning on each other. Yeah, that's definitely an aspect.
Because like if you open up, you're like, oh, I'm feeling sad or whatever about something. If you came to me with that, I'd be like, oh my god, let's talk about it. Like, what's going on? I wouldn't be a bitch. I wouldn't be like, oh my god, what is wrong with you? Get over it. And that's what I mean by, if you raise the standard and open up, we will reciprocate and we'll both be able to grow from that. We'll be able to like talk about it.
I do.
And go on.
I think though, like sometimes boys struggle with it because they think that you're trying to give them a solution all the time, but you're like, you can just tell me the problem.
That's because that's what they do.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I always like, and I know I can be guilty of that. Sometimes I feel like a bit of a bro where I try and come up with solutions. I've gotten into the habit often of asking, like if I catch myself just trying to give solutions when someone's down and complaining about something, I go, hang on, do you want comfort? Or do you want a solution? And they'll be like, no, I just want comfort. I'm like, sick, I know my job here. Like, it's not a hard question to ask, and guys can ask the same question. They don't need to just constantly be on the solutions.
So I think if they think there is no solution, they find it hard.
Like,
But like, it's the same with me. I find it hard. To open up, but if I think there's no solution, I'm like, what's the point of talking about it?
Because sometimes just talking about it, like you can have different perspectives on it. You can like think about it differently, and sometimes it just feels like you've lifted the weight off just having a conversation about it.
But that's exactly what I'd say to someone else, and I understand that. But like,
it's just like you're no longer carrying that load on your own.
Yeah.
So I think we've talked enough about dating and the state of men in this world, and
certain men.
Good catch there, clothes. And I think it's time we talked about something coaching and something related more to us and what we do. And I really wanted to talk about body image, because like all of us coach predominantly women, or all women pretty much, and it's something that we see a lot of. And that's not to say that it isn't, like men don't experience it too, because there's a huge portion of men that experience poor body image as well, but we can't speak of that. So
we don't know.
How do you guys feel that body image has affected you, like growing up, through your 20s, and then like into your coaching and your sports as well?
Oh, I feel like if you think back, like, I don't know, do you ever look back on old photos?
It makes
you're
you
like,
so sad.
You're so sad, because I remember looking at, like, I remember when I was a teenager going to discos, I was always like the bigger one of my friends. Like, even though like now when I look back, I'm not like, I definitely wasn't like even heavy by any means, like, but when I look back, I'm like, I just get so sad, because I know then I was always like so aware of the fact that my friends were super petite and I just wasn't. So, like,
Yeah.
I always get sad when I look back.
Yeah,
I'm like,
because you
I
know.
should just go back and tell her, like, girl.
Yeah, because when I look back at photos as well, I'm like, I know exactly the thoughts that were going through my head at the time of that photo being taken.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh my god, I look fucking awful. I look huge. Like,
even
I don't
like where your
this.
hand was. I've so many pictures where my hand is like this, like
covering your tummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so sad.
Yeah. We also do it so subconsciously, unconsciously. Like, even right now, I'm putting my hand here because I feel like my pants look a bit funny. They're like, naturally, I cover up. Now, it wouldn't be as bad as before. Whereas it's just so built into me from when I was younger, and like being insecure about that I naturally, you'll see me like shuffling and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
100%. I think I took for granted how skinny I was when I was like a teenager and stuff. I was like a size 6 girl. Like, I was little. I was like 50 kilos.
Jesus.
But all of my friends, or most of my friends, were smaller than me and more petite than me. And the difference was I never had the flat stomach. So even though I was really little and really thin, I always had that soft belly. And I was like, so I always felt I was big because I had a soft belly. And like they had like beautiful, lean, flat stomachs. And like it's taken probably until like maybe 3-4 years ago, probably longer than that. I forget how long I've been in the UK. Maybe like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, for me to realize I'm like, I'm never gonna have a flat stomach. It's not how my genetics are. I've like in my adult years, I've done like a fat loss phase that was really not great, and I got down really lean, probably nearly 10 kilos lighter than I am now. And I was tiny, but I still didn't have that flat stomach, and that was like a penny drop moment for me. I'm like, I'm never gonna have this. I need to accept it.
Yeah.
And celebrate all the parts of me that I do actually really like. Because there are, and like I hate this whole idea of we need to love every part of ourselves all the time. We need to be so much like so body positive and love everything. And it's a fucking lie, because you're never gonna love your entire body all the time. But if you could just accept the parts of yourself that you know you're never going to love, and then celebrate the parts that you do love, and, you know, find clothes that make you feel good and show off those things.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't think there's this, that we need to push this whole self-love at all costs thing, because it's not realistic.
Yeah, I think it's a case of just stop being so nasty to yourself. Like, yeah, you might not like your tummy, but that doesn't make you a shit person.
Yeah.
You know, you're not a horrible person just because you fucking flabby arms or like a stomach.
No one stands up at your funeral and go, my favourite thing about my friend who's now dead is that they had a flat stomach.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no one's gonna do that.
Yeah, it's so true.
There's a TikTok trend on like about that at the minute. That's like, oh, that person said you were, just say like, oh, that person said you were, can't even think of one, but it's like pretty much being like, well, thank God they didn't say I was a nasty person, or like, thank God they didn't like bash my personality, and stuff like that.
So you were like, oh, that person said that like
they didn't like your hair or something, like
yeah, and then you were like, oh, thank God they didn't say I was a cunt.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, but that's it. Like, no one of value or merit or worth having in your life will ever care about the way that you look. They'll care about your health, and obviously, like if like the way that you look is a reflection of your health, they will care about that, but they're not actually going to care about the way that you look. It's just about how you look after yourself and how you treat yourself. And I think when you come from this negative place of, I need to change my body, it's not good enough, it's not good enough, it's not good enough, it's really hard to change it, because you're coming from such a negative place, and you're coming from a place of hating on yourself. Whereas if you come from a place of, I just want to look after my body better,
I want to be healthy,
and I want my body to reflect the way that I look after myself, like, then you can come from a more positive place, and you're more likely to see positive changes.
Yeah, I think that's why sports, or not even sports, but like
It's squats.
Yeah, that's what I really like a sport.
Sports are so good. No, like sports or exercise, I should say, is so good to help with it. Like it can go the opposite way of making your body image worse, but it also I think helps so much because like when I was younger, I was always a chubby kid, and then I started playing handball and I lost weight because I was actually fucking moving my body, and like I just felt unreal because I was like, oh my god, like I love this sport, I'm fitter, I'm healthier and all that jazz. I didn't care about what my body looked like, but I just lost weight. And then I put weight back on, and then I get back into the gym, and my body would change, and I'd be like loving life because of that. And now, like doing powerlifting, I took the absolute piss with eating food. I was like, I'm a powerlifter, I have to eat food.
Such a powerlifting mindset.
That does not mean you need to eat pizza like 4 times a week, Lola. Okay, no, it doesn't. And that changed my body as well. But
I'm a powerlifter, I would eat food. You and my 3 squats I'm gonna do tomorrow. That's the thing, like feel the rest
like,
between
munching on squares, like 3 squares bangers in a session. It's like,
Nah.
Claudia, you're literally lifting like 50 kilos. Calm
It's
down.
hard work, but it's not high intensity.
No, it's not.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like I just took the piss with that. And then with high rocks, I would say like I do take the piss sometimes. I know that. But I do think it's made me appreciate my body so much more, focusing on performance, and that's what I was getting at. I wasn't bashing powerlifting, I promise. It was me who was the problem. That like I love training so much that if I just focused on how I looked, I would be so bad at my sport.
Yeah.
I'd be awful at my sport because I'd be so concerned with how I look. I wouldn't be able to focus on I need to fucking sprint, I need to push this sled, I need to fucking do whatever it is. I'd just be too consumed by my body image. So that's why I think sport is so good, or like exercise, because it takes your mind off of it. Performance, not like bodybuilding, not getting into bodybuilding right now.
Yeah.
But having a performance goal, because you're so consumed by the performance, how your body acts over how your body looks.
Yeah,
It's
so
just
like actually
fucking
fueling your
brilliant.
body rather
Yeah.
than
It's brilliant.
yeah.
It's the best thing ever.
I asked my coach this once, who is a 6'4", 120 kilo strongman, who started off as like really little, and he's only ever been trying to get bigger. So he's like, I don't know whether I'm the best person to ask about this, but I was like, I constantly feel like I'm torn between trying to get leaner, but also trying to perform really well in my sport of strongman and trying to lift heavier. And I said, like, how do you kind of, you know that you need to perform, and you like trying to get leaner is not going to help you perform, but how do you get over that kind of mindset? And he said, like, yeah, as you said, I don't know if I'm the best person to ask this because of my history. He's like, but the way I see it is being leaner doesn't help me win trophies.
Yeah.
And like, that was like a little clicky moment for me. And I was like, that's so correct. Like,
yeah,
we are, like, it doesn't matter how lean I get. Like, it's not going to help me land on a podium. Like, everyone knows to a degree, without taking the piss, mass moves mass.
Yeah.
So, like, being a little bit bigger, not as lean as I might like, means that I am stronger and I'm able to move more weight, and I'm more likely to win trophies and end up on podiums. And ultimately, that's the goal of my sport, is to win trophies and end up on podiums. So, like, it doesn't mean, though, that I still don't have that voice in the back of my head while I'm trying to get stronger and get better at my sport. I still don't have that voice back in my head going, oh, I'd like to be a little bit leaner.
Yeah,
I'd like
it's
a little
just-
bit flatter stomach on my next holiday.
it's just instilled in us. I think especially for like women, that like from a young age, it's all about like how to get the smallest waist, how to be teeny tiny, how to
Nothing
like, you know,
tastes as good as skinny feels.
yeah, you know, like shitty magazines, and like you wouldn't think it's impacting you, but it is. So you're like, everyone always thinks as a woman, how do I get smaller? How do I get smaller?
Yeah.
How do I get that little Pilates fucking body? How do I get
this
skinny
Pilates
arms?
princess
How do I
trend.
do this?
Ugh.
I'm like, okay, so how are you going to lift a big fucking rock with your little Pilates arms?
Yeah.
And if you want skinny arms, that's okay. I'm not
Yeah.
giving out about that.
But like, again, performance. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine to be lean and thin and whatever body shape that you want to build for yourself.
Yeah.
As long as it's healthy.
As long as it's
And
healthy,
as long as
yeah.
it's coming from a good place.
And it's not consuming your whole fucking life,
Yeah.
where you're like
Where you're not
constantly
panicked.
thinking like of, I need to watch every single thing I eat, and you're always looking at yourself, and you're not able to be present with your
Yeah.
friends because you're too busy. You can see your reflection. You're like, oh my god, does my arm look alright? Does my leg look
Mine's
alright?
like, I'm getting distracted by reflection. I'm like, my biceps
Yeah.
are fucking huge.
Yeah. But
Us
even
flexing.
Yeah.
Mirror.
even on that end of things, like, it's like consuming you so much. It's like, who fucking cares? Like,
Yeah.
it's
I
taken
know,
away from
I
your
do
life.
agree with what you're saying, but I do think it can go a lot the other way, where it's like, I don't know, I find then
Which way?
if you're so focused on performance and you're like, you know, being like slightly heavier helps my performance and stuff like that, that it's like you nearly have a guilt if you want to lose a little bit of weight.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, it's
And it's
okay
like-
to still want
so-
to look a certain way.
Yeah.
Even if that does come at a small detriment
Like,
to your performance, because
take
life
me-
goes in waves.
Like, I decided to move down a weight class
Yeah.
because first of all, it will help my sport, because I was at the bottom end of my weight class. I was like a 64 in the 69s.
Yeah.
So it made sense for me to drop down to 63s. But it also came from a point of I did want to get like a little bit leaner.
Yeah.
But I do find that you can go the opposite way, where it's saying, like, as a coach who does talk about, like, you know, being confident and like training for performance and stuff like that, that I nearly feel guilty for the fact that I do want to change my body still.
Yeah.
Even though I train for performance, I'm a powerlifter. I go in to move stupidly heavy stuff, like for my height and weight, but I do want to be a little bit leaner, and I think that's fine too.
Yeah.
But like, it comes like, we can talk so much about performance in a way that it's nearly making it sound like it's a bad thing to do want to change your body.
Yeah. I get
You know?
exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I don't think we have to be, like, we do have to be careful of that, because I like to tell people, like, that you can love so many parts of your body, you can accept your body for the way it is, you can be proud of your body for everything that it's capable of. You are still also allowed to want to change it alongside those things. It doesn't instantly mean, as soon as you want to change something on your body, that you hate it or that you don't appreciate it. You can have both.
Yeah.
You can absolutely have both. It's when the wanting to change your body comes from a negative place or comes to the detriment of your health or your performance.
Yeah, I agree,
Yeah.
So you
And
should be thinking about fueling your body.
yeah.
So that it can do the things you want it to do.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, with performance based, like, usually you look the way you do because of the way you perform. So like, Emmeline looks the way she looks because she lifts heavy shit because of the stuff she does. You look the way you look because of the heavy lifts you do. I look the way I look because of the fucking shit I do. It's like a byproduct of it. And I know obviously diet is very important. Like, you could easily be doing any of our sports but have a shit diet and you won't look like that. But if you just take the focus away from, like, I'm going to do this sport because it's going to make me look like this. It's like, that's true to a certain extent, but why don't you look at it, I'm going to do this sport because it's going to make me feel this way, and you'll be focused on that, and from that you'll get that result of looking that way.
That's exactly what happened to me. Like, I trained like bodybuilding style training for like nearly 7 years. Like, very like muscle building focused, and to look a certain way. And I was like almost like side questing strength. So the main goal was to look a certain way. But I enjoyed the little bit of getting stronger as well. And I was like maybe like 5 kilos to like my big lifts every year, and like in the space of a year. And then start of last year, when I realized, hey, I'm probably stronger than I think I am. Shout out coach, who told me that. Stronger than I think I am. And started working towards strength goals and going, you know what, I'm just not going to worry about like trying to be lean the next few months, because when I was focused on like training to look a certain way, it was always like, I need to be cutting, I need to be on a fat loss phase. And I was getting nowhere, and I was just spinning the wheels because I was never fueling myself enough to build the muscle anyway. And then once I was just like, I'm just going to commit to like strength for a little bit. I'm not going to stress about like how it's going to make me look, or like trying to eat to make me look a certain way or anything like that. And the first like 3 months of those that strength focused training, I had more physique changes in that 3 months than I had in like the 3 years before that. Because I trained hard. I fueled well enough to train hard. I didn't go into a calorie deficit so I could build some muscle. And I naturally kind of recompositioned a little bit and lost a little bit of fat anyway. And then I was in a really good position to be like, well, I'm just going to like do like a 4-6 week fat loss phase because I'm now at the end of that strength block and sort of just building another one slowly. So I'll do like a little fat loss phase and I feel really good about it and it doesn't need to be aggressive and it's not going to come at a detriment to my training.
Yeah.
And then I could really see a lot of that muscle that I'd put on from just focusing on it. But I didn't spend weeks and weeks and weeks cutting and feeling like really guilty about the way that I looked. And I think finding like strength sports and like, I'm just not saying that everyone has to find strength sports, but performance goals in general can really help you shift the focus away from I'm moving to look a certain way rather than I'm moving to feel a certain way.
Yeah, I think it would translate really well anyway. Like, if you are feeling better in yourself, you're going to want to fuel your body properly. You're going to want to look at your recovery and like make sure you are hitting your protein and stuff like that.
Yeah.
100%. I think like if you're training well, you're fueling well, and if you're fueling well, you're feeling good. It's not to say that you can't have aesthetic goals or that you should only have performance goals. It's okay to want both. It's okay to want to look a certain way, but just having those performance goals as well gives us something else to focus on to make us feel proud of what our body can do, not just the way that it looks.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like a punishment. Like fat loss can feel like a punishment because it's like, I can't eat that. I can't eat as much. I can't, you're kind of taken away. Even though I know you can add to it, whatever, but at the end of the day, you have to eat less. So it's essentially taking away. Whereas performance is like, you kind of get to add more to your life. It's like, I get to add more.
Like switches your
fitness.
mindset.
Yeah,
100%. Your focus shifts and you worry.
Yeah, and you're not all consumed by food and numbers and calories because at the end of the day, we're on a floating rock. So enjoy your life, have performance goals, have your aesthetics goals. As long as you're happy and you're healthy, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
There we go.